What's up, guys? This is Thomas, and welcome back to my channel. And today, as you can see, I'm going to be reading Windbreaker Chapter 151. This is titled Ignite. So, without further ado, let's get into it. After the last chapter, I'm extremely hyped for what's possibly going to be happening in this chapter. We're going to possibly be seeing the Unamiya versus Takeshi fight. We saw a glimpse of it in the last chapter. And man, that got me extremely excited. Also, I am aware now that the author is back to the weekly schedule. It took me a little bit of a while to actually figure out whether he was back to the weekly schedule or not. But he is finally back to the weekly schedule, it seems, because chapters have been releasing, I think, every Monday now or every Tuesday now. So, yeah. So we see the steps to the rooftop, which is where we were in the last chapter. We see, okay, now we're seeing inside of like the classrooms with the graffiti on the walls. We're seeing the hallways, and again, the rooftops. The rooftop door, like right here, is open. Okay, so chapter 151, Ignite. So I'm assuming we're getting the full flashback of when their fight, when Unamiya and Takeshi's fight started. And honestly, I'm happy about that, because I would hate if we just went to the fight now and then we just saw like the rest of it and we don't see what happened, during their fight during the same time, where obviously Sakura and Endo, as well as Sakura get into Endo. What were they doing during that time before that fight ended? So I love how the way the author depicts, how it looks, the weather, the darkness, as this fight's about to start, the door creaking. Oh man, I can't wait till this stuff is animated. But we see the weather, it looks like it's about to storm, it's dark. We see Takeshi's looking. We see Endo there. So, not Endo, Unamiya. Forgive me for that mess up right there with the names. So we see Unamiya, how do we say his name? Or Umi or whatever. We see Umi, we see Takeshi, Umi there. He's like, so, what do you think? You've always liked the roof. So Takeshi responds with, it's boring. Okay. It's far more boring than how it looked when I left. Oh, okay. So he feels like the roof is boring compared to when he left Bofrin. Yeah. Then come here, take a look at this. This is what I wanted to show you. So Umi's showing him the city from the rooftop. The trees, the houses. I like the view I can see, and the sounds I can hear. Everyone is living a calm and peaceful life, and I can feel all of it from up here. It's blissful, I admired those moments, and that's why I fought with all of you too. So he's talking about how he admired the moments, when they were young and stuff, even, now and stuff like that. He admired the moments of when he could fight with his friends, and even when he could fight with Takeshi before Takeshi ended up leaving. He says, but now, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm hearing. It's like I've gone back in time, back to the moment before all of you left. Or actually, this is far worse now. Just look at the town, and I'm stuck here. All of this hellish landscape was all painted by Endo alone, wasn't it? You'd never do something in such an indirect way. Your and Endo's goal, what the both of you were after from the very beginning, wasn't fearing, but it was me, right? You are wrong. It wasn't the you now, it was the you from back then. The boy who just entered high school. The boy who would do anything to achieve his goal. The you back then who burned like a blazing flame. But when you got what you wanted, you became a coward, a boring mess like this rooftop. Yeah, all this just for that boy in the past. You've messed with the town, and you involved all those people. That's right. If we crumble fearing back to the way it was before, then you too will burn like you used to. Now, hurry up. So, automatically, Takeshi opening up and saying all this reminds me of the one kid from the beginning battle that they had at the beginning of the series. It kind of reminds me of him. I think he was the Shishin Torin kid with the with the blonde hair or whatever. But Takeshi kind of reminds me of him. Also Takeshi kind of seems like how Endo was. Like Endo was obsessed with Takeshi. Takeshi's obsessed with that version of, you know, Takeshi's obsessed with that version of Umemiya that he saw in the past, the one that could burn, however he just said, could happen like he says. Yeah, he burned like he used to. Like, the obsession, at least, with seeing that version of Umemiya kind of reminds me of how Takeshi's obsessed with this current version. I mean, not Takeshi. Endo is obsessed with this current version or whatever version of Takeshi that he met. So, yeah, I'm kind of seeing a pattern here. Like, one guy's obsessed with one guy and the other guy's obsessed with a version of the other guy. Like, he looks like a little kid here obsessed with seeing that version of Umemiya that, he likes so much. So, he see Umemiya, he's looking down at the battle that's happening. So, this was... which battle was this? Oh, this was when he first beat down, that group right there. I forgot those two names, but this is when Endo first beat them down before. I think this was before Sakura came. I'm not sure. This is weird. I had so much I felt like I wanted to say, but I can't push the words out. Words don't matter. They have no meaning. Yeah, true enough. Okay, so he's angry. So he's really angry. This is the angriest we've seen him. We got Takeshi. He's happy. Yeah, this dude's just like Endo. Like, it's a pattern. So he goes in for a punch. Okay, so we back to present now. So we see Takeshi goes for the punch. Endo comes back with the punch. Okay, Takeshi goes in with the Takeshi goes in with the left. Endo blocks. Looks like he's going in for a gut punch. Okay. Takeshi has never looked so happy. That's what I wanted to say. Who the hell is that? So we got Sakura. He's looking at the current version of Umemiya. He's wondering who that is. They are really going at it. Good. It's just like we thought. He's back to his old self. There's nothing I, and of course you, can do about it anymore. Let's just watch right in these perfect front row seats and admire how this final climax will play out. So right here, we got Takeshi doing a spin kick. Umemiya grabs the arm and he punches him in the leg. Okay. So that's the end of the chapter. Another tease, bro. I feel like we didn't see much this chapter, bro. Like, as good as this chapter is, bro, we didn't see much, man. Like, we didn't see much fighting, bro. Like, we just saw the flashback of the beginning of this fight, or how the beginning played out before they started actually throwing hands. We didn't actually see the start of them throwing hands. Like, did they just start now, or is it kind of, like, I don't know, man. Like, they were licking down. We saw them talking during the part where Endo was down on the ground and he was beating up the other three before Sakura came in to fight him. Like, what about when Sakura was fighting Endo? Like, what was happening during the Umemiya and Takeshi battle around then. Like, obviously, you know, they had to been fighting long enough for all the chairs and all the stuff on the rooftop to be, you know, disassembled, and, you know, them to be bleeding and stuff. And just this face right here, that just this face right here by Umemiya, like, insane, bro. Like, he's ready to pack this dude, bro. Like, he's not even playing. They say he's back to his old self. I think they're gonna be disappointed. I really feel like Umemiya is, when he fights like this, he's kind of like his old self, but like he's giving them what they want. But like at the last minute, he's probably gonna take it away. He's probably gonna tell them like, "Oh yeah, I got control over myself. You thought you could get what you wanted, but you can't," or something like that. I really feel like that's what's gonna happen. I really feel like he's just fighting Takeshi like this right now. He's kind of tricking him. He's kind of beating him in, and then he's gonna probably switch at the last minute to his current self. You know, the more peaceful Umemiya. If that doesn't happen, then I would take this dialogue of Endo telling him that he and Sakura can't do anything. Who is this? He said it right here. There's not the I, and of course you can do about it anymore. I would, you know, keep in mind that dialogue, because that might mean that Sakura might be able to stop Umemiya from being his old self, which I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, you know, as well. Like, one of those things I do feel like are going to happen in the next chapter. I want the author to stop teasing us finally and just give us a chapter of them throwing hands, bro. Like, one chapter at least, bro. Like, we saw all of Endo versus Sakura, bro. We got chapters of them just throwing hands, less dialogue. I want that for this fight right here. I want there to be a chapter with less dialogue and more just them throwing hands, bro. More just the choreography, more just the spin, right step, tween. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, that's what I like to see from this series, bro. I want to see them throw hands. Like, it is, you know, it is what it is. But this was a good chapter regardless. I still say this was a 9 out of 10 chapter. We got that beginning dialogue, that flashback dialogue before they started throwing hands. I was expecting for the flashback to also have when they started throwing hands, but I mean, we are still currently watching them fight, and we don't know how long this fight is gonna last. So as long as even if we don't see the beginning of the fight when it started, at least we're still gonna get a good amount of this battle, I'm hoping. So yeah, that's how I feel about the chapter. A good 8, 9 out of 10 chapter. Hopefully no more teases. Hopefully the next chapter is straight hands. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Timeless Ant. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.